I'm here just to. Oh, never mind.
It's too late, man. Yeah, you better watch what you say, Scott.
I know, right?
So, and let me share my screen too, and
Cool.
give the scope of what we're diving into. So, this MR, David, introduced a really awesome directive for using the ResizeObserver API. And as one of his examples, as we were just talking about things, he kind of made a really interesting example where we were going to like show multiple widths and heights, like based on the border box and the content box. Well, to get the border box, you have to actually read offset width and offset height from the target. And the past year plus or so, I've been really watchful for let's try not to needlessly use that if we can, because it's one of the things that forces a relayout and reflow of things. And it also takes away from, that's one of the key benefits I think we get with ResizeObserver, is I don't have to read that value. It's sent to me like before paint or whatever. So it's like, oh, this is great. So we don't, but the question was, neither David or I were really certain if you call this from within a ResizeObserver, is that actually going to calculate a relayout, reflow, or whatever? And I have some ideas for how we can get to the bottom of that question. I am fairly unprepared, but two approaches, and I want to hear from you, Scott, what do you think is the most interesting thing to do? In the past, when I'm not certain what the native browser API is doing, I've just, dived into Mozilla's source code, and we can kind of try to grep some sort of understanding there. Or I think we can create an experiment. And the experiment that I'm interested in would be if we have a whole bunch of so let's say we have a whole bunch of elements listening to ResizeObserver. And let me get, for context, let me show what that looks like. And this is in the context of Vue, but it's we don't have to use this with Vue. It's very simple. So the best approach is to have one ResizeObserver, and you just attach elements to this one instance, which is a ResizeObserver. And then whenever something's been resized, we get an array of entries that have changed. And we can handle these however. So in this case, we actually just write this handler straight to the element, but we could do a number of different things. So if I read offset width on every one of these, am I going to recalculating the layout for everything? And I'm not sure. So let's try to dive into it. One experiment I had would be, well, what if we had like a bunch of elements in a grid, and the way I handled one element in my array here was going to like change technically everybody else's width or height, whatever. When I read the next element's offset width or offset height, is it going to give me the old value, or is it going to give me the new calculated value based on my last element that I just updated? So it was like saying, like, let's say we have like a bunch of these in a row. Does calculating offset width give me the most accurate value? And if it gives me the most accurate value, it must be doing some sort of recalculation stuff. That's my experiment suggestion. So what do you think, Scott? Should we create an experiment, or should we dive into Mozilla source code, or do you want to split up?
So just so I understand, you're trying to answer the question, does the ResizeObserver affect the layout of elements outside of the element being changed?
Yeah, so I think we're saying the same thing. I'm going to try to rephrase it. In this example, this is the old one. Calls to offset width and offset height trigger a relayout on the browser because they want to give you accurate value. does me being inside a ResizeObserver, does that change that default behavior? That's the question. Because we should be, like, the ResizeObserver technically triggers at an optimal points in the life cycle of rendering the page or whatever. So like we should have these values on hand technically. So yeah, that's the question, is like, if I call one of these values, so instead of doing so if I did inside here, my resize handler, if I did like event.target.offsetWidth, am I going to be forcing a recalculation of these layout stuff is the question. So maybe it'd be helpful, like we can dive into the code. Maybe it'd be helpful to just start hammering away some experiment JavaScript and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think if we're trying to get to our answer as efficiently as possible, we should probably go into the code and then do the experiment, because there could be things that we're missing maybe in the experiment that won't give us a definitive answer. Or maybe it's like something, we do something and it's like correlation or causation.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, we can at least start with the code. Then.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's start with the code. And if it's super like hard to understand, then we will bail. Yeah, they have it in. They have this archive for. Yep, here we go. I don't think they use gets and stuff. Okay, yeah, it's a little funky, but I've been here before.
Hey, that's great to hear.
Okay, let's start by just searching for offsetWidth and see what we show. The hard thing whenever I do like these searches for, you end up with all these tests. That's a hard thing, I think, with doing searches. And this is like a big mono repo, so you're going to get a lot of stuff.
Damn.
But yeah, we get a whole bunch of tests. We want to see, like, where is this stuff actually defined? So one thing we could check out would be, what if I'm like creating a function here? Nope. Maybe if I'm setting it equal to something. I don't even know if I'm getting. Oh yeah, file name. Okay. Yeah, we can also search for like CPP files. I'm gonna do. I don't know if we want to do regex. Can I say? Maybe we do want to do regex. I want to see where this. I want to see what happens when I actually request an offset. So maybe I could do a regex. Yeah, let's see what happens. All right, I'm doing regex. Oh, it's not gonna. That's bad regex. So I guess maybe I'm trying to like wait. I'm looking for a function declaration or something. Oh, it doesn't like this at all. What?
What about yeah, like equals function, like equals function, and then because if you're looking
it doesn't seem to like. Oh, maybe it doesn't like my quotes. Oh, it's because I haven't done regex. Silly thing. Okay, so let's say if I did this with a parentheses following it, maybe a space. Nope. You said with like an equals?
If you're looking for a function declaration, but I mean,
yeah, I don't know. Let's see if maybe if this is as a string, maybe that can make a difference. What's this? Oh, look at this. What is this thing? I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. It talks about some stuff. All right, that's great. All right. I'm going to send you this link so you can also do some searching if you want to as well.
Cool. Is there a file, like an observer file as well?
ResizeObserver would be, that's the class. And I don't know what the file name would be, but it's called ResizeObserver. Maybe if offset and width are like separated from each other. No, this is giving me way too much stuff. At least have one. All right. I think I've got to start looking for. All right, where is up? Look, MDN. If I look for offset width, is HTML element is a thing. So let me look up HTML elements. What is this? HTML element accessibles? Oh, that's weird. HTML element. All right, let me see if I can find text. Elements. Invalid regex. You're invalid regex. What? Class, look, so we're extending this thing. HTML element as an actual JavaScript class. Oh, this is it. Oh, look at this thing. Oh, look at this. I found HTML element.cpp from DOM HTML. Oh, this looks helpful. Let me see if there's also a nice NS generic element. Oh, so this must be like the interesting. Do I have anything like offset width in here? No, I do not. But it does look like I inherit from.
And yeah, whatever that is.
Yeah, let's see what this is. If I look for, I'll like jump into here. Search for the substring. I really want to see file. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Oh man. Get offset parents, it's a thing. Look, offset width. Oh, right. Okay. And it looks like offset width is just the same thing as doing get offset rect with this certain RC frame. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm talking about. Get the frame's offset information for offset type, left width height, or top left width height. Returns the parent the offset is relative to. That's interesting. This method flushes pending notifications. Flush type layout. pending notifications.
So that sounds like it would, the observable would give you the new offset, right? If you have the element and then you say like offset width is whatever,
yeah,
then that should be the stale, like to be flushed.
Yeah.
I think.
No, that makes sense. So if some sort of event happens that would push this notification of flush type layout, like, then it's going to flush that. It's going to flush that first before it gives us the new value. So let's see if we could find, this is worth pulling off to the side. Let's see if we can find flush type layout anywhere. Like what kind of things push that notification? Oh man, we just updated everything. NS doc shell. Oh look, flush pending notifications. This is another thing that does that. What does that look like?
Promising.
I know. I'm just getting curious. Okay. Flush pending primary thing. These are all about flushing things. Oh. Flush pending notifications. Let's see what flush pending notifications. Let's see the definition of that function. Oh gosh, this is crazy. Okay. Flush pending notifications. What is this? Order file? I wonder if this is like, maybe this is used for like a test.
What's document.c? Go down a little bit.
This one?
Well, yeah, right below it. There's flush pending notification. That looks like a. Is that a function declaration?
I don't.
Is that
Here's one. Yes. This is it. Nice. Oh, look at how nice this function is. We get a type, changes to flush. And then we have a flush, and then flush pending notifications. That's a thing. Oh, I don't want to leave yet. Oh, okay. Let me do that in another page. Changes to flush. I don't know where that's used. Where's flush used? What's flush mean? Oh my gosh. This is a huge file.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a hard time finding. Oh, this is my place. Oh, I was only on line 9,000. Changes to flush. Oh, this is a class. Oh, got it. Okay. Have you done C++ before?
A little bit.
Okay. Yeah, so this is like the same thing as doing, not exactly the same, but like doing, this is the class, this is my variable flush equals new class, these are my arguments. But when you do new, there's no garbage collection in C++, so this is the garbage collection safe way of doing it. So this is the variable flush, and this is the class changes to flush. And flush pending notifications takes the changes to flush. So we can jump into changes to flush. So that's interesting. A flush pending notifications has got to be, I think that should be, oh yeah, here it is. It's right there. Oh yeah, changes to flush. So we got our flush type. Yeah. So we're press show. Get press show? That's weird. Style or layout observable depends on parent document layout. You need to flush the sync for non-HTML documents. Okay, that's interesting. If we have a parent, we must flush the parent too to ensure that our containers reflowed if its size would change. But if it's not safe to flush ourselves, then don't flush the parent, since that can. Meaty queries mean that a size change on our container can affect style. Yeah, so this is just like propagating, flushing all throughout the pipes.
But that should answer your question, right? Because if it's propagating the flush, then that means that it would change the layout if it's observable.
Yeah, I think it's right. And I think that's what's going on is we're going to change the layout. Yeah. I'm really curious to know what pushes that kind of flush there. So where was I at? I don't even know where I was at. Oh no. Oh wait, this is where I was at. I'm really wanting to know what pushes a flush type layout. Like where does, oh, but that's, okay. We just did a flush. All right. So a flush type layout isn't going to be pushed. That's saying this is the type of flush we're going to do. We're doing a layout flush, and we're flushing different notifications. So what all does a layout flush do? So here we have a flush type, and if it's greater than a content, and it'd be interesting to see the order of these. I really want to see the order of these flush types. What do you think?
Can't hurt.
All right, let's do it. I'm learning so much already. Wait, why don't you like it? You want this? Oh. What? Invalid regex. I think it does make that. Oh, but now it just isn't a thing. Aw. Come on. These have to be declared somewhere. Oh, this must be a namespace. I wonder if I can do this. Is it a name? It's either a namespace or an enum. Is the enum a thing in C++? It is! Wow!
Whoa.
There's only one, and it took me straight to it. But this isn't even without. This is with third party. Ah, that's not what I'm looking for at all. So it must not be,
What about if we do like, because we know style and layout. What if we do like layout comma? It's kind of weird.
That's a good idea.
I don't know.
Let me try that out. Oh, here's one. Enum. Oh, yes. Awesome. Yeah, so this is how they get the ordered of awesome. Okay. None. Actually, don't flush anything. Pending events before notify other observers. Flush the content model. Style. As a layout. This is interesting. Wow. So display means we're going to draw our stuff. And layout is the one right before that, which means we're going to get all our state to draw, I guess. This is me just interpreting this list. Oh, look, here's that changes to flush thing. It takes a flush type and Oh, whether we need to flush animations or not. Interesting. Yeah, so based on, honestly, based on, where was I? I lost it. Oh no. It was something wrecked. Oh yeah, based on this, I kind of feel like any call to this is going to flush pending notifications. So what is a pending notification? Because like one would say like, oh, it's going to always recalculate a layout, but if we don't have any notifications in that stack, like it's fine. So really curious, what does it mean a pending notification? And I think the answer to that is in our flush stuff. Oh wait, we were here in another tab. It was here. Pending notifications. It was like in line 9,000 or something. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. NS document on stack. Sync. What is a sync? Need content sync. Flush pending notifications. Parent document does it. This makes sense. As we go up the parent, we take the max. We're doing some sort of max of what kind of type we need to do. No idea what press shell is. I don't think I want to know. I don't know what a sync is. Could flush, maybe it's flush pending notifications. Is that used out? Is that defined elsewhere? So let's see if we can find flush pending notifications. We'll prefix it with the two colons. Pending notifications. Document thing. Global window thing. There's the press shell thing. I don't know. What do you think? Is there any more research to be done?
I think we have enough to do, like, to confirm it with an experiment.
All right, let's do that. I'm starting to lose my mind a little bit. Let's try that out. So let's create a new little thing here. No, this isn't like any of them. All right, I'll move this. All right, let's go to. I have a program. Oh, kind of. I'll just create experiment observer recalc. All right. Here we go. You didn't really make me type all this in. Do you want to create the experiment?
No.
Okay.
You're on a roll.
All right. All right. Yeah. So let's do something crazy. I can't do it. I gotta wrap it in a function. All right. Hit our observer going. New resize observer. That's what it was called, I guess. Oh, but we passed in the thing. So let's see if we passed in our callback here, which was it takes in, what does it take in? It takes in, what did we call it? We called it, nope, that's the wrong thing. Okay, we called it entries. Takes in entries. All right. Just double check that we're doing something happy here. And yeah, let's go ahead and make, yeah, let's make something weird. All right, so we're gonna create, our test element is gonna look like a, we'll call this, yeah, we're gonna do something like this. All right, so here's our root document. I can't help myself. I'm gonna wrap all this in the main function. I probably didn't need to then wrap it in another function, but oh well, it's too late now. All right. All right. Function on resize, and we'll take in entries. Sweet. All right. Get element by ID. Root is a thing. All right. We're going to create a function for, we're going to create our test element, which is, I'm losing something. Oh, okay, right. I decided to use functions, and then I decided I can't mix them. All right. Div class, and we'll call it, I don't know, test. Hello world. Awesome. Okay. Let's add child. We take an element, take some HTML. We're going to do something like l.enter HTML plus equals HTML. That's the thing, I guess, right? Does that sound like something I can do?
I think you have to go the other way around, right? HTML plus equals element under HTML. Because then you'd be adding the DOM to the...
So what I was wanting to do was something like, for 100 of these, we're going to take we've got our roots. We're going to do something like, we have our observer that we've done, and we do on resize. I almost called it tooth. That was going to be wrong. I was going to add child roots, and then like, hey, we're going to create our test element or whatever. I was going to try to, and then we'll also do observer.observe. Oh, I actually have to create the element. It's not going to like it. Okay, I actually have to create it. All right. Create elements div return L. Yeah, and I guess I don't even need to do this. L.enter text equals hello world. Man, should have used the framework. Root.append child, create test element, and then observe. Oh, I gotta save that though. All right, we are ready to run this.
We hope.
Yeah, all right, I gotta go find it. Well, let me copy my relative path and open up. Oh, I got so much stuff. Okay. No, that's not gonna work. All right, that's what I'm talking about. So we created all those things. And resizing. Nothing is resizing. Maybe I did my resizer wrong. Oh, on resize, taking entries. Maybe I am using my resizer wrong. Let's see. What do we do over here? New resizer entries. What did we do? Do observer.observe. So for each one, we're creating the element, we append it, and I want to observe that element. I'm clearly not doing something right. We're gonna console log this. Why are you doing that? Maybe I didn't save.
It looked like it was adding the resize to each element in the example. Go back to the MR.
Yeah.
So it's event.target. So entries for each event.target.gl resize handler event. But like, I'm not sure if we can just pass. Yeah, I mean, that should work.
Let me just check out. They have a ResizeObserver example. Like, let me make sure I'm just doing this right. Look, here we go. They're using. Oh no, they're not. These are values that you actually get from the ResizeObserver.
Are we observing on root?
We're not. We should be observing on this new test element.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. That's weird.
It is weird.
Do you have any errors in the console? No.
I got some luck. Oh, I had it disabled. Okay. Good to know. All right. Look at all these. It's working. Okay. Sorry about that. So let's do something crazy. Let's add for each one. Let's set the. Can I do a for each on it? I think so. We did it on the other thing. Let's see if that works. For each entry, and I can actually, I could do target and I think it's content box. Let's do something like target dot inner text equals JSON dot stringify target. Let's see what happens there. Oh, nice. All right. I don't think it's called content box. Let's see what it actually is called. Oh, target's not a thing. What? Oh, yes. I see what you're saying, browser. Content box is not defined. Well, this is true. It's called content rect. Okay. Content rect. Content rect. I lost it. Oh, nice. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. So here's an interesting thing. This is my idea for the experiment. So here, I was wondering if there's a call to offset width, offset height. Give me the true one, or just the one at this, while I'm looking for this, at this specific, oh, I'm in the wrong place. At this specific execution point. So the way I was thinking of doing that would be, hey, for each call to these, what if we also just, like, every time there's a resize, we like added to its height or whatever, or maybe, but somehow we need them all like next to each other as well. So how can we do that? I was thinking like using like a flexbox thing or whatever to get the right style. So let me see if we can do that. Roots. What's it called? Oh, I really just want to use all my cool utility classes. Display, flex, flex wrap the thing.
Well, wouldn't we, like 100 is kind of hard to keep track of.
Okay, that's a good.
Oh, what if we did like, 10, and then we don't even need to worry about the styles, and then we could see what is being updated, right, for the content rect. So then we could reference the numbers.
Oh wow, look at.
Oh yeah, because you have display flex.
I made it flexy. You're right. Okay. Equals. All right, we are going to make this. Oh, come on. All right. Does it go? It goes width by height. Oh. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. Let me, for my root children, let me give them a nice padding. Nice. All right. This looks like an experiment. So what I was thinking of doing was like, if we can get it to stretch, like for with flex, if we get it to stretch all the way, and then maybe we just update the first one. Like every time there's a resize, we just keep updating the first one. So like, it's going to cause the other ones, when I update that one, it's going to cause the other ones to need to change.
Mm-hmm.
See what happens there was the idea.
Cool.
All right. So here I am. They look pretty, but I want them to be, what do they call it? Is it align items? Does that have a stretch? It does have a stretch. Nope, but it's the other one.
Like justify content space between?
Yeah, it's the other one. I don't ever really remember. Oh, but that's not doing it either.
Do try space between on justify content?
A space instead of justify dash?
Instead of stretch. Try space between.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. But that's not going to change the width when I make one. One's going to like automatically like actually grow it. So stretch isn't. Oh, is it fill?
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
I clearly don't know. Oh, come on. Okay. Justify content. I thought stretch would do it, but it did not. It's flex end. No, that's not doing it either. Do you know this?
So you want when one of them
I want to like automatically evenly change the width of each one is my goal. So instead of seeing 48 by 19, I should actually see a different number.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Maybe it's, oh no, I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay. I'm gonna have to look it up. Oh, this is it.
Align item stretch. I think you're right.
Align item stretch. Okay, let's see that. Align items. But it looks like I need to do flex 1 for all these children. I think I need to do flex 1, and it's a line item stretch. Maybe justify content. I'm not entirely sure. All right, this is it. Okay, so let's just get our little test going here. So instead of doing each entry, I think I really just want to do just the first one. So the way I'm going to do that is
you can do first, comma, spread if you want.
Yeah, I think I was going to do something like that. So I'm going to do, yeah, let's get it. So let's do entry. Oh, I could just do it like this, I think. Okay. Oh, I can even just do it like this, I think. Okay. Oh, but I want to end up doing something with the other ones, but we'll figure that out later. Oh, okay, nice. All right. Yeah, let me do that. Let me do, I guess I need all of them because I do want to do something with all of them. All right. I'm going to do this for all of them, but then what I also want to do is for the first one, I want to do something special. I want to do entry dot, how should I like increase its width? With a style, I guess? Do you think?
Can you just access the width?
Can I just do width?
I think so.
Plus equals 1? Let's see what happens. I don't think it's happening. Well, maybe it is. It's not doing it.
Hold on, let me Google. Oh, element.style.width.
Element. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm not even in the right place. I need to get the target. Yeah, I'm not even doing the right thing at all. Target.
That's style.
Dot style
Yeah.
dot width. Can I actually? But it's probably a pixel, right?
That's its width in pixel.
Got it.
You have to give it a unit, I think. I don't know if it matters.
So I'm going to do something like nav dot. I want to get the current styles width. So I'm going to do something like entry dot. Oh, I have it here. I have it in entry dot. Okay. Content rect dot width plus 1 pixels. And let's make it a little bit more dramatic. Plus 10. So whatever I got as this is my new content rect's width, I'm going to manually update its style to be a little bigger than that. Just the first one. All right. And it does nothing except set the style. And it probably has to do with flex being weird. Seriously, flex? Oh, what? Did you see that? That was so cool! But it makes sense, like, because I did a resize in a resize. That was pretty wild.
But none of the other ones.
Well, I need to now test their offset width and height. So that's the bit that I'm really curious about is are we updating these the right way after the fact? So in this same iteration of on resize after the fact, are my offset widths and offset heights the new values or the old values? Man, that's trippy. I guess I need to also set flex to 0 after that. Do I do it like, can I just do it like this? Or maybe I could do something like, oh, I could do this. Do you think, is this cool? Are you cool with this?
Mm-hmm.
No, but I want to get it, but I still have to, I'm not happy with my style sheet at all. I think I want to do something like that. All right, and I won't worry about it then. This is getting trippy. Oh, that's just so cool. All right. But we want to now, so we want to get, but now we also want to get offset height and offset width equals entry.height. And maybe instead of doing the math.for width and height, maybe we do the offset width and height. What do you think?
Cool.
Okay.
I think you had a typo.
I think you're right. So it is giving me the accurate one. So every time these are new values, and it's giving me the accurate one. So these newer values, so this is gonna be interesting. Let me console log. So I'll do something like if width does not equal offset width. Let me console log. Here's the, I think I get my index. Here's the index, and it had height, or it had, we'll just do the width. It had width. And we have offset width equals offset. What? What are we not happy here? Id. That's not right. It's interesting how different these are later on. You guys don't want to be looking at offset width. Yeah, these are all different, I think. What's the other things I'm interested in? It's not offset width. There's another one too. Client width. Maybe that's the one I'm really interested in. I don't want to go through and rename all these. All right, I'll do it. I have to do it again. I think it's including, nope. Here I am. It's really interesting. Why do you think the offset width and the value I'm getting from the content rect are so different? Let's see at this very last one, we have 48 by 90. What is this actual thing? Actually, interesting. Okay. So the width is giving me, I'm not looking at the right values here. It's interesting. Okay, so content rect is giving me the content rect. I should have known. How do I get the content rect just querying it? I don't think it's going to get it to me. Maybe it will. How do I, there's other things I can do. This ResizeObserver gives me some other things. Content box size. These are all content-oriented things. What does a ResizeObserver entry look like? The new border box size of the, how do we request the width, actual width? Oh, is it just inner? Oh yeah, it's just got to be inner width. Oh, I'm not even doing the right thing. All right, I am gonna have to do this. All right, let's call this inner width, inner height, and I'm gonna call it b width, b height for browser. Width does not equal b width. And this thing, oh yeah, content rec.width, and then the browser DOM width equals b width. I'm going to show here b width. Yeah. Oh, what's with this? Ah! Is it inner width? Is that a thing? Something tells me that's not a thing.
Oh,
Oh no, I console logged like all of the elements. It's upset. I shouldn't have done it there. It just whipped. Is it just styled that width? Maybe it is. No, I don't think I'd do that. Let me store this, and then I can start doing something. Type 0. Good. I guess what you have to do with it is like somehow calculate the padding and other things that are getting added to it. How do we get, okay, I'm starting to lose my place of what I was trying to do here. Oh, I didn't need to undo that. I'm sorry. Go back to the client with client. So it's okay that these aren't the same. So I think it's okay that I'm not getting the same, because these are calculating different things. And it's good to know that this is giving me the contents width and height, whereas this property is giving me the whole outer box, or the border box size of it. And that's fine though, because the main point is that even in this context, it recalculates what's the right width, even though I've changed it here. And to confirm that, what I can do is, yes, I'm gonna do this. Okay. Yeah, I'll do this. I'm going to create an array of the client widths and heights beforehand and afterhand. And we're going to compare the two and see, are we actually getting the right thing? So we're going to create an array of the client widths and client heights beforehand and afterhand. So we'll call this the, I don't know, something like the B box. And we'll map each one. We're going to get the target and we'll map it to, we have client width of the target.client width, client height of the target.client height. Oh, that's not right. Okay. And then afterwards, we will get them after this. So we'll go ahead and set text here. Afterwards, we've got the bbox2. How should I test if these two things are equal? I'm going to do something really lame here. If stringify bbox is not equal stringify bbox2, then we're going to console log bbox and bbox2. All right. Oh man. All right. So they're not equaling each other, and they should, like, all of these ones should be off by 10. Those were off by, that last one's gonna be different because the Flexbox is doing something interesting. Client width. Oh, they're just off by 1. Oh, they're off by 1 because this one's off is growing by 10. But if I change that one to, instead of growing by 10, if it grows by like 50, they should be off by like 5. Yeah, so this one was 317. Yes, and I updated it by 50, and these guys were all off by 5. All right, I'm gonna say it's been proven. Scott's like, okay, good enough for me. Yeah, I think I'll create a little thing about it and post it on the Slack channel in the comments and for anyone who's interested. But looks like anytime we call client width and client height, it's going to flush layout notifications.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I didn't do anything to change the layout, it's probably fine. If all I did was console logs, or if I changed like colors, maybe. But if there wasn't any layout notifications, I guess like it's kind of a safe thing to do. But all of it is very interesting. What do you think, Scott?
I think we answered our question.
All right, cool. Yeah, I think we killed it. By killing it, I mean like overkilled it. So not necessarily killing it. All right, cool, Scott. Well, thanks for hopping on.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one. Bye.